Good afternoon and welcome back to another live stream flight. Today's we'll be starting off at Jakarta and we'll be going to this thing here which I can't pronounce, which I know it's in North Indonesia. Let me just check that volumes are all correct and everyone can hear me before we carry on. That's fine. So, so our orange line is our departure, our blue line is our cruising line, our green line is our arrival, and our magenta line is our approach. So, we'll be taking off at 07 left at Jakarta, and then we'll be landing at ILS 10 at this airport here, which I can't pronounce, but I know it's in North Indonesia. So we're sort of like going up there. Our next flight after this will be here to Bali, which is here, Bali. You can just see it there, Bali International. And then the flight after that will be Bali to Perth, Australia, which is a 3.5 hour flight. So that one would be a big one to do. So I'll try and do that on a weekend. This week is my last week off sick at work, so I'll be back to work probably next week. So if you don't see me around, that's obviously, but I'm trying to do maybe a phased return back to work. I don't want to go full back, fully back and be back to square one really. But anyway, I'll try fit, as many flights as I can. Obviously, the one to Perth will be a long one, so it'll be probably the weekend. I chose Perth, Australia because I have family at Perth, Australia, and then the idea will be to explore everything around Australia, go, just airport hop, just have a look. Definitely go to Sydney, see the Opera House on the same. Go to Canberra. I've got some friends at Canberra, the capital of Australia. Melbourne's another one we could go to. And then my idea is to hop across to New Zealand and go to Auckland maybe. And then, see where we want to wind up there. So we've checked our navlog. So we'll be cruising at 37,000 feet. And our waypoint is just here really. So yeah, we're ready to pop into the sim. Hopefully it's all behaving today. So here we are at Jakarta. Pitch black. But we'll fix that with the time. It's 8:30 over there currently, but we'll put it back to about 3:30. It's raining a little bit, but it's fine. Nice little gate. So, the usual, we'll start up our engines, we'll get our climb altitude, put the flight director on, and then do the altimeter. Our first protocol.
Clearance delivery Jody 123 IFR to Yulin ready to copy.
Jody 123 is cleared to Yulin Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 07 left climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.9 squawk 7612.
Jody 123 cleared to Yulin Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 07 left climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 120.9 squawk 7612.
Jody 123, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9. Good day.
So, as I've just said, our climb altitude is 13,000 feet. I've dialed that in, I've put the flight director on, and we have put the altimeter on as well. So the next thing we need to do is start our engines. Otherwise we won't be going anywhere, will we? And I'll normally do all the lights, the performance. Need to set our flaps to 10%. So our flaps 10%. Flight plan, that's our flight plan, that's all good and dusted. Need our speed brakes, our armed for takeoff. And then auto on, it's on, wings on, nav on, taxi. Then we can put our seatbelts on. And non-smoking flight, lovely. That's everything that we need to do here. What is all the red stuff on our... Oh, it's just telling us where we are. Okie dokie. So we just have to do... our last bit of our checklist. Our engines are on. Here we go. Ask for our pushback.
Ground Jody 123 requesting pushback.
Jody 123, pushback request accepted.
So we'll just let it push back itself. We're going to 07 left. It's got some chocolate. I'm not too sure which runway we are.
Ground Jody 12 tree requesting the end of pushback.
Jody 12 tree request to end pushback received.
Ground Jody 12 tree with mic ready to taxi IFR.
Jody 12 tree taxi 2 and hold short of runway 07 left via taxiway November Charlie 7 November Papa 1 Whiskey Charlie 2 November Papa 2 November Niner. Contact tower on 120.25 when ready.
Taxi to
So
and hold
right
short runway
behind us.
07 left using taxiway November Charlie 7 November Papa 1 Whiskey Charlie 2 November Papa 2 November Niner Jody 12 tree.
So we'll just head towards the runway. Recently altimeter has the taxi as well, so the tower knows where we're at. We're just going down here to the runway. We'll just take this turn here. They'll be here with us in Jakarta. Nearly at the runway, just reset the altimeter again, just so the tower knows that we are approaching our runway. nearly at foot up runway now, so we'll just swing around, wait for our takeoff clearance, and we'll get cracking.
Tower Jody 12 tree at runway 07 left ready for departure IFR to Yulin.
Jody 12 tree altimeter 29.77, wind 029er at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway 07 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 07 left Jody 12 tree.
So we're ready for takeoff. Well, cleared for takeoff, shall we say. So we'll just line her up on the runway, and we'll be leaving Jakarta and on our way. Here we go. Now we need our takeoff lights. Let's check our flaps, 10%, that's fine. And yeah, off we go guys. Throttle up. Make sure that you try to keep as centre as you can to the runway. This makes things easier.
Contact Jakarta Center on 120.9er. Good day.
There we are, we have liftoff.
120.9er Jody 12 tree. Goodbye. Jakarta Center Jody 12 tree is at 1,900 feet climbing 13,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree Jakarta Center altimeter 29.77 radar contact. Continue to ESTIA.
So just keep an eye on it for departure. Sometimes it goes a bit weird and loses its path. But as long as you've got your autopilot on, it should do it. Sometimes it has a little bit of an upset. So just as long as you keep an eye on it, and just make sure that you are going in the right direction. We should be fine, and just continue climbing. That's Jakarta out of way now. We've got some ocean. Our throttles are in CL position, that's correct. They must be in that climb, otherwise we're in trouble. Get our next climb in a minute.
12 tree, climb and maintain flight level 230.
230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Jody 123.
So just watch it a little bit. Sometimes it goes a bit, you know, upsetting, but we have got a bit of a crosswind on us, so maybe that's just upsetting it a little bit. Change that. That. Make sure that as you are climbing, reset the altimeter as well, because you are obviously passing through different airspaces as you are climbing. You don't do your altimeter standard till you're above 18,000 feet. So just keep resetting it, and so they can talk to you basically. So we'll just get ready with the altimeter now, because we are approaching 18,000 feet. Set it to standard. Here we go, lovely. So it'll automatically tell us like our radio frequencies when we go to standard. We're still climbing to our cruising altitude, so just keep going, and then do as we're told. We're going to 23, and then I think she'll probably tell us maybe to go to 32 or 37, not too sure, whatever she wants. Going across the ocean.
Jody 123, climb and maintain flight level
33.
330.
33, good
Climb
guess.
and maintain flight level 330, Jody 123.
Go to 33. So yeah, in a few months' time, well, I say a few months' time, in 3 months' time, in September, end of September, I'll be going on a plane myself for the first time in probably 15 years or something like that. So yeah, when we're doing all this sort of stuff, I'll know what's happening. But yeah, I can't wait to go away on holiday. We're only going for 5 days, but it'll be worth it, definitely worth it. Just to get away and just relax and just, you know, just see new places, really. Yeah, looking forward to it. Going to Benidorm, so at some point I'd want to recreate that flight. So Manchester will be taking off from Manchester Terminal 2, and we'll be flying to Alicante, which is Spain. So yeah, at some point I will want to recreate that flight. Just turn slightly. Just watch her do that, because sometimes it oversteers and it upsets it a little bit. So just make sure it turns and then turns back level, which it is. Yep, still climbing to 33,000 feet, and then I'm guessing after 33,000 feet she'll ask us to go to 37,000 feet, ready for our cruising altitude, because after the next waypoint we are at cruising part of the flight.
Jody 1-2 tree climb and maintain flight level 370.
So
Climb and maintain flight level
370.
370, Jody 1-2 tree.
There we go. So we'll start climbing now. Lovely. So what we can do now is we can turn our takeoff lights off. We're just about to turn right onto our cruising path. So we'll just watch it as it does that. We're just about to turn now onto our cruising path, which we are doing now. Just watch it, because sometimes it does overturn, but it is sort of a tight turn, so just keep an eye on it. Just make sure it doesn't overturn and end up in like a barrel roll or whatever. Make sure she straightens out once the turn's complete. Yep, which she is. She's turning back and then levelling out. Lovely. So we're nearly at cruising altitude. Just let it settle down. What we can do now is we can change our ND range to further out so we can see what's coming up next for us. Got another waypoint in 80 nautical miles. We're just waiting for it to be at 37,000 feet. And well, that's close enough. We're about 200 feet off. What we'll do is we'll do the seat belts so everybody can do their own thing, go to the toilet or, you know, the drinks or refreshments or meals come round at this point. Yeah, when we go away it'll be quite late when we do take off. We won't have time. We will have time to have some food in the airport before takeoff, but when we land it'll be after tea time, and we just thought by the time we get from the airplane, transfers, baggage, etc., it'll be quite late once we get to the hotel. And all we want to do is check in and go to bed really. So our flight out, we are having food on the airplane. Now it's been about 20 years since I've had an in-flight meal, and from what I remember they wasn't the best. They just had no flavour to them. But I have ordered, you had to order them when you order your seats for the aeroplane. I think I've ordered a Sunday lunch. I think it's either chicken or beef. So yeah, I'll be happy with that. So but there's all sorts really. I think my mum's gone with some beef stew or something, and my sister's gone with, I think she's gone with some sort of wrap, and my sister's friend who's coming with us, I'm not too sure what she's gone with, but there's all sorts of toasties, meals, wraps, you name it, they've you know, got all sorts really. So there we are, we're cruising at 37,000 feet. What we'll do now is we've sorted the seatbelts out. We'll do our auto brake. There we go, just so we're better shape for, you know, landing and things like that, like to be organised. So yeah, pretty much flying now towards North Indonesia, the one I can't pronounce. So there's not much to look out, unfortunately, guys, but I'll put the camera here. Enjoy, guys. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're just about to turn slightly left. So let's watch that. See what it's doing. Just making its turn. Just a slight one. Yep, that's it. Let's see what we've got left on here. See a little bit more now. So we can see our descent waypoint, which is in 240, just under 240 nautical miles away. So yeah, so what we can do now is go to our flight computer, get some readings wrote down. Alright, so it's LAMUD, flight level 351. So 351, so that'll be, let me just check that we are going in the right direction. Here we are. Where was we? So 351, so that'll be call it 35,000 feet. Then BUTNU. Then it's flight level 210 above. So it could be 22,000 feet. Then it's SAGEV, and then it says 10,400 above. So that could be about 11,000 feet. There we go. So once we pass the next checkpoint, we will drop it down ever so slightly, minus 2,000 feet. And then, yeah, from there we'll just gradually bring her down. There we go. Yeah. Nearly there, so once we get to the next waypoint we will do a little slight descent, about 46 nautical miles. 25 nautical miles to go till we do a little small descent. Alright, let's have another look. Yeah, we're just coming up to it now.
Jody 123, contact Bali Center on 120.7. Good day.
Going to 120.7 Jody 123. Bali Center Jody 123 flight level 370.
Jody 123 Bali Center, radar contact. Continue to tab it.
Alright, so we shall ask our descent of 2,000 feet.
Bali Center Jody 123. Request flight level 350.
Jody 123 descend and maintain flight level 350.
Descend and maintain flight level 350 Jody 123.
So we've done that. Some more figures on our flight plan. So L, U, V, U, K. So that's 500. So anywhere 5,000. That'll be our approach. we're at the 35,000 feet that we're supposed to be at this part of the flight plan. So what I'll do is I shall go back outside for 92 nautical miles, and then we'll ask for our next descent, quite a big one, to get us down. Yeah, I'll just show you a bit outside. See where we are. About 16 nautical miles away to our next waypoint. So because we've got quite a long descent, a big ascent shall we say, I might ask for some sort of descent now so we can get down there.
Bali Center Jody 12 Tree. Request flight level 250.
Jody 12 Tree descend and maintain flight level 250.
Descend and maintain flight level 250 Jody 12 Tree.
Get down there a little bit sooner, but it's better to be not rushing. Here we are, we're going over some sort of land now. I'll just show you the outside because there's a little bit more involved with that. So I'll just show you outside as we descend down to 25,000 feet. 5,000 feet. Now getting close to the airport, so we'll just change that in near range. So just wait for it to get to the next waypoint. That will last for about 3,000 feet descent. So we'll just ask for 3,000 descent.
Bali Center Jody 12 Tree. Request flight level 220.
Jody 12 Tree descend and maintain flight level 220.
Descend and maintain flight level 220 Jody 12 Tree.
Have a look here again. So LIBNU 3,000 above. So just in case, like for any reason the ATC messes up, I just write them down so I know that if I'm too high or too low, what it needs to be. see where we are now. We're nearly at the next waypoint. We're at 22,000 feet. Got about 40 nautical miles to go, so show you a bit more outside till we get there, guys. Right, let's see where we are now, people. Not too bad. 16 nautical miles. let's see where we're at, people, now. We should be near there now. Yep, we'll just wait till she does the turn. And then we will ask for our descent. And now we're straightened up, we shall go ahead and ask for our descent.
Bali Center Jody 12 tree. Request 12,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet Jody 12 tree.
Down we go. So we're going down to 12,000 feet, we're nearly at 18,000 feet, so we can do our whatever it's called, altimeter. Here we go, change it. And then we'll ask for a decrease of 2,000 feet so we can get down to our 10.
Bali Center Jody 12 tree. Request 10,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect 10,000 feet Jody 12 tree.
So it wants us to go to 12,000 feet and then it'll tell us to go further once we get further down. Airport's about 80 nautical miles away. It seems to be over there. It's a nice shot, going through some cloud.
Jody 1-2 tree descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Jody 1-2 tree.
So now it's going down to 10,000 feet. Now we can do our speed mark. Taxi lights. Let's check our auto brakes on. Our speed brakes are on. Landing lights. And then our seatbelt sign. Flaps 1. This will help with our descent as well. So it's pretty much fields, forest maybe, down here. Not much to look at. Just wait till we get to the next waypoint, because we don't want to fly too low too soon. little bit more, few places to see now we're approaching the airport. Got like little river blowers and things, a lot of fields. Yeah, we've got turn coming up. There we go. So can we go to 8,000?
Bali Center Jody 12 tree. Request 8,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet Jody 12 tree.
And then we can go to 180. Wait till she slows down, then we can do flaps too. Not too far from the airport now, about 40 nautical miles away from the airport. Let's just hope the ILS system does work. But if it doesn't, we'll just fly her in manually, it's no big deal. So we're just coming down to 180 knots. We'll do our flaps again to get us down. Lovely. So another descent once she's settled. Last 2,000 feet.
Bali Center Jody 12 tree. Request 6,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet Jody 12 tree.
6,000 feet. Then we'll go to 160 knots. Is it meant to be turning? No, it doesn't like that bit. We'd ask for another 1,000 feet, just to gradually bring it down.
Bali Center Jody 12 tree. Request 5,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet Jody 12 tree.
Right, so we'll just wait for it to come down. Got a tight turn on his hand, so I'll just leave it do its thing now.
Jody 12 tree contact approach on 125.25. Good day.
125.25 Jody 12 tree. Goodbye. Approach Jody 12 tree 5,000 feet.
Jody 12 tree approach altimeter 29.77 radar contact. Continue to Lubbock.
Alright, just continue. Just continue till she tells us what she wants us to do. So we're just gonna turn on to arrival and approach. Well, approach in a second. About to turn. So just leave it to do it.
Jody 12 tree, you are 19 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via LibNew transition.
So
Cleared to LibNew.
3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via LibNew transition. Cleared to LibNew Jody 12 tree.
So we're just making that turn now. Quite a big turn. Going down to 3,000 feet. And and then our approach is 2,000 feet. Flaps are down. So all our flaps are down, our power's down. Just double check, our auto brakes are on. They're unarmed. Yeah. All set up for landing. What I'll do is I'll just wait for it to make this little turn, and then see what we need to do.
Jody 1-2 tree descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
That's what we're waiting for. I descend.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, Jody 1-2 tree.
Our approach. Wait for it to turn. Then we'll put the LS mode on and lock on. So hopefully the ILS system.
2,500.
Yeah. I think the runway's just in front of us. Can just see it. LS mode. So what we need to do is we need to wait for that diamond at the bottom to be in the middle. Means it's locked on to the centre. obviously. Diamond's slowly coming across.
Jody 1-2 tree, you are 12 miles west of Yulin. Contact tower on 118 decimal for when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 118.4 Jody 1-2 tree. Tower Jody 1-2 tree 12 miles west inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Jody 1-2 tree tower.
Moving.
Altimeter 29er decimal
Wind
77
calm,
wind calm.
okay.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Tower Jody 1-2 tree inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Jody 1-2 tree tower. Altimeter 29er decimal 77 wind calm. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach Jody 1-2 tree.
And then now we need to wait for the diamond at the right side to come all the way down to the yellow line, and then we're on approach mode. For us, yep, it's coming down, the diamond's moving now. So we'll get ready to press approach. Once the diamond is at the yellow line, about there. Here it comes down, so that's where it's
Jody
supposed
1-2
to
tree
go.
wind calm. Cleared to land runway 10.
Cleared to land runway 10 Jody 1-2 tree.
So now it's just saying we are cleared to land, blah blah blah. So just let the ILS system just do its business. It should bring the aircraft down. Just keep on it, but sometimes it has a little bit of a upset, but it seems to be bringing it down. So yeah, good. Why my locks come off?
$500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Here we go, we're down. Need to brake, because we don't have much runway yet. Then we turn next taxiway. Don't think there is a taxiway.
Jody 1-2 tree, exit runway when able.
Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll have to... do this.
Jody 1-2 tree, exit runway
Yeah,
when able.
yeah. I know, I missed my turning. So we're on the one taxi exit. Oh, look at the landing rate. Wow, 468. That is quite good. Yeah, thank God there's nobody behind us. Landing behind us, otherwise we'd be a little bit in trouble.
Jody 1-2 tree, exit runway when able.
Yeah, we are. Just chill out.
Jody 1-2 tree, exit runway when able.
Yeah, there's nobody behind us, is there? Should have landed on that side. Oh well.
Jody 1-2 tree, exit runway when able. Jody 1-2 tree, contact ground on 118.4.
Going to 118.4 Jody 1-2 tree.
Right, now we need to go to the radio, get parking and all that malarkey. Contact ground. There. No, I don't want that. Yeah, we can't get a gate. It's just telling us to park over here. So we'll just park over here. It looks like a small airport, so we'll just go here where it's told us to go. don't know if a ramp will come to us, not too sure. These look like small airplanes, so maybe a big airplane will accommodate this. But we made it anyway. This wants us to park somewhere here. Quite a simple airport here, just small aircraft I'm guessing. Hold up. Alright, throttles, okay. We won't be able to get like our connection and stuff. See, we can't really get our baggage, etc., what we normally get. What I will do is I'll get a picture. Just bear with me, get a picture. Welcome to North Indonesia. Let's get our after flight, what's the word? Information. So obviously we've been flying for 1 hour 41 minutes, so not too bad. And it's just dropping dark now, so it's still classed as day flying and day landing. So just take a picture of that, guys. So yeah, like I say, our next flight will be from here to Bali. So I imagine Bali will be a small airport. But yeah, apart from that, guys, I'll try and fit that one in this week, if not next week, over the weekend. Then after, obviously, the Bali one, we'll be going to Perth, Australia, which is a long flight. So that'll have to be on a weekend or something. But I will fit it in at some point. As usual, this will be downloaded and uploaded to YouTube tomorrow, which is the 10th of June. So if you are watching on the rerun, thank you for giving it a watch. Smash that like button and the share button if you wish. But yeah, until next time, guys, take care and bye for now. Bye, guys.